Digestive system of Fasciola hepatica. Fasciola hepatica is also called as the liver fluke. The alimentary canal of Fasciola hepatica is incomplete. That is, it has a single aperture, that is, the mouth, to intake the food as well as to pass out feces. So there is no any anus present. Therefore, we call this kind of alimentary canal as the incomplete alimentary canal. The alimentary canal is spread throughout the body. It consists of mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, and intestine. Now let us discuss all these parts separately. Mouth. It is a very small circular aperture which is present on the anterior lobe, or you can say the head lobe. This is the head lobe of Fasciola hepatica. It is present at the tip of the head lobe. It faces ventrally and it is surrounded by the anterior sucker, or we also call it as oral sucker. Now this leads into the buccal cavity. Buccal cavity is a very small funnel-like cavity and it is surrounded by the oral sucker. So therefore it has not been labeled here because it must be present somewhere in this region. Buccal cavity must be present in this region. This buccal cavity, it leads into the pharynx. Pharynx is a small oval organ which has very thick walls, which has strong radial muscles that gives it a cross-striated appearance, and it has very narrow lumen. This pharynx, it helps in the sucking or ingestion of the food. The pharynx, it opens into a small, narrow, thin-walled tube which is called as esophagus. This esophagus, it further enters into the intestine. Intestine has two main limbs, left and right limb. These limbs, they extend till the posterior end of the body, and further throughout these intestinal limbs, they give off the externally and internally cecae. These are called as intestinal cecae. The internal intestinal cecae are very short and simple, that is, they are not further bifurcated, while as the external cecae, they are further divided into secondary and tertiary cecae. Thus the intestine, it is spread throughout the entire body of the worm. The limbs and all the cecae are blind and there is no any anus. You need to keep in mind that excretory pore is not the part of the digestive system. This is the part of the excretory system. So most of the time students, they make mistake by explaining the excretory pore in the digestive system. You don't need to explain the excretory pore here. It is a part of excretory system. There is no any anus in the case of digestive system of Fasciola hepatica. Coming to the histology, the wall of the intestine, it consists of columnar epithelium surrounded by musculature of circular and longitudinal muscle fibers, and these are very feeble in nature. The cecal epithelium, it shows glandular phase, that is, the gland cells are also present in the cecae. Those secrete the secretions, those are helpful in the digestion of the food. These contain the enzymes which digest the food. The rest of the alimentary canal is lined by the cuticle. Coming to the physiology, nutrition, it involves several processes, that is, ingestion of food, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and finally egestion of food. In the ingestion of food, the liver fluke, it feeds upon bile, mucus, and epithelial cells of the bile duct, blood, and the fluid which oozes out of the injured tissues. Now the food is ingested by the sucking action of the pharynx. The liver fluke, it sometimes migrates into the smaller branches of the bile duct for feeding and then returns to the main bile duct later on. Much branched intestine is present to ensure that fair distribution of food occurs to all parts of the body. Now coming to after ingestion, digestion. Digestion here is extracellular, that is, it does not take place within the cells, rather it takes place within the fluid present in the alimentary canal. Especially it takes place in the intestinal CK. The enzymes are being secreted by the glandular epithelium of the CK, and that food is being digested there. Later on, absorption of the food occurs. From the intestinal CK, the digested food diffuses into the fluid that fills the parenchymal space, and from here the digested food will be absorbed into the tissues. Next is assimilation. This food, it reaches to every cell of the body and is then utilized by these cells for the synthesis of protoplasm of the worm. Some part of the food is stored mainly as the glycogen and some part as fats in the parenchymal cells. Now, egestion is the last part of nutrition. Egestion, that is the egestion of indigestible food which remains undigested in the alimentary canal. This is moved forward by antiperistalsis and is passed out through the mouth because there is no any anus here. So in this way, the digestive system is being explained and the nutrition, it occurs in case of fish-o-life